(373-348) domestic. Kirby in front of the courtyard by Marriott. He is responding to Marriott. Reporting party advised that all of the subjects went into a house on Warmer. But there's a red minivan in the driveway.
That's the old hammer and anvil that we like to perform.
What's up?
Hey,
What's up,
everybody?
What's everybody
Welcome to
doing?
another wild weekend. So I don't know if you've been watching lately, but there's been a lot of police around the country getting a little out of hand.
I mean, a lot of fucking
Yeah.
police.
Yeah. So
I want to
We're
start off
working
with the
hard, guys.
Lorata one, man. You want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
the Lorata one for a second?
bro, who in my I'm just gonna say, like, there were a lot of people that were upset, right? I get that, but one of the people who's really important to me in my life was really upset, and so
Yeah.
that made me even more upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's a huge PSA to be learned from that video of him getting taken down, right? So one of the things is just like James said, our buddy Bao is pretty intelligent when it comes to some of his toys, right? His streaming toy had to have a password to unlock,
Turn it
right?
off. Yeah.
And to turn it
Yeah.
off, right?
Yeah.
And I've been screaming, telling people about that. You know, what's up, Alb? What's up, Jack off, Jack Omega, Tag. Let's see here. Make sure we say hi to everybody. Ali Bell, how are you?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping in here.
PayPal me. Hold on, we got a train coming by.
That'll happen. Guys, trains are a thing. They be doing train things all around, all the time. Not so much by my house where I live now, but where I grew up, they were everywhere. It was ridiculous. I remember one thing for sure about my grandma's house, and that's just the train noise all the time. So, how you guys doing this Friday? I don't know what happened to my window.
Huh?
I was looking for my chat window.
Oh.
So, I was just talking to everybody, saying hi, telling them about my train noise growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Mine
looking for
was
my
just-
chat
it was-
window.
I'm literally half a block away. Hey Ashley, how you doing? You know, it was you could probably still hear it in the background, and things are adjusting my microphone for it. But yeah, back to that Buddy Bow one, right? So
Right?
for all you live streamers out there, for all you mods of live streamers out there, it's highly important they're not just using the YouTube app to stream with, okay, for two reasons, right? Number one, with the YouTube app, if you click it, it's gone, right? You got to unlock your phone, shit like that, right? Not only that, but it stays on all the time, and they can just hit the stop button. And since it's a YouTube app, it keeps your phone unlocked, so they can go find the YouTube Studio app and just go delete your shit, right? When you're using things like IRL Pro or something like that, it changes it, because IRL Pro will record and stream, right, while the phone's locked, right? So the Badger is free. He is free. I saw
Yeah.
the information from Toe when he did his
Yeah.
little ride and drive that he talked about it. But you know,
You don't have to do
if
anything wrong
no,
for these people to just attack you and throw
no,
you in a cage.
yeah, that dude already didn't like Bao, obviously,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And then tried to say that he'd been there the whole time. Yeah, exactly, Liberty, real Liberty. That's exactly it,
That for sure it is. But
right?
it's really hard to prosecute. It's
Yeah,
really hard to get prosecutors to prosecute police officers. It's not
right,
hard to prosecute them. It's just hard to get prosecutors to actually do their jobs and
right,
prosecute police officers who break the law. They don't
right.
want to do that because
Nope.
that that means that nobody wants to be a cop because they're getting prosecuted. That's why, like, did you guys hear? Oh, this is big news. I got to talk about it, man. Sorry,
Let's
but
go.
this is huge. If you guys are in Ohio, if you guys know anybody in Ohio, Ohio is going to have a big deal going on with qualified immunity, right? They managed to get a good ruling out of one of their higher courts that said they get to put it on the ballot, and they can't keep the politicians basically have been screwing them around for a little bit and keeping it off the ballot because they're getting rid of it not just for police but for all state actors, right? They're making a
All state
constitution.
actors.
Yeah, they're getting rid of qualified immunity, period, in Ohio. They're having to vote for it. There's going to be a whole lot of people pouring a whole lot of money into a whole lot of ads trying to influence opinions either one way or the other. You know what I mean? And
I
yeah.
want to see him influence our fucking K9. Or even better, come on in and try to influence our fucking investigator.
Right?
You know, and if they do like that, that's interesting. All state actors. So does that mean state judges too? Oh shit! What up, cool? What up, my brother from another mother? How are you, sir?
Oh yeah, Joe. I'm sorry
Links,
to hear what you've been
yeah, actually,
having
Bao
to
is
deal
out.
with, but I appreciate you stopping in.
Right. There's the link for anybody want to jump up on the panel. We'll drop it all throughout. You know, because we come up to talk to you guys about PSA stuff tonight, right? Of the craziness of what we've been seeing just while we're working on code.
Yeah, and I really wanted to throw that in there about Ohio and
Hell yeah.
saying stuff about qualified immunity. And like Ohio is going to be having a vote to get rid of it, guys. So if you know anybody out there or anything, you make sure that they are informed, that they know that getting rid of qualified immunity just sets it straight so that we have the ability to sue state actors who violate our constitutional rights under Section 1982 and 1983, like Congress intended when they wrote the legislation. And all that that's doing is getting rid of a bad ruling from a bad Supreme Court. In my personal opinion. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that political, but
I don't disagree with the bad ruling.
Right.
You know, I'm of that thought process of, you know, if you're gonna put a new one on, we've got so many of them, you got to take an old one off, right? What up, Joe? Cool.
Joe, man, what's good?
Hey, what's
How are you,
happening,
sir?
yo?
Yeah, I was not listening to what you guys were talking about. It sounded like you were telling cop stories and I don't know, case laws and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
They're trying to get rid of case law, or they're trying to get rid of Supreme Court and their rulings on qualified immunity in Ohio.
Really?
And yeah, and the politicians have been screwing around the people trying to get it on the ballot for a while. And they got a ruling from a higher court that said pretty much that the politicians had to stop screwing around because they were bitching it now. Like they were telling them, oh, your summary isn't quite explanatory enough, so people won't really know what they're voting for.
All
And they
right.
keep doing this and keep doing this. Politicians just keep screwing with these people. And
They
then
don't
finally,
want it on the ballot.
yeah, finally the judges is like, they don't want it because they're not just getting rid of it for police officers, getting rid of it for all of the state officials, right? So the state officials don't want none of that shit going through. So they just been screwing with them when they took them to court. And one of the higher courts up there said, "Hey man, you got to let it go through. You got to quit screwing with them, right?" And so they're going to get a vote on it this year. So in their upcoming vote, they're going to get a vote on getting rid of qualified immunity, setting taking the Supreme Court and saying, "Hey man, you can't come in here after Congress legislates and says, hey, we can sue state actors who violate our constitutional rights. You just can't make up a whole bunch of crap that says, oh, they're immune."
Right.
No
which
more.
would seem obvious, all right?
Right? You would think.
You would think.
They took some logical exceptions. Let's say I'm a cop, I'm saving someone's life, I'm a fireman, and I break his fucking vase. I shouldn't get sued for saving his life. And then they extended that to everybody and their friends for everything. A judge can tell you, take your hat off and give you 180 days in jail. And apparently that's
okay.
They don't pay no price for it.
Yeah, it's okay for them.
Yeah.
And that's messed up.
I mean, that's like a soup sandwich to me, bro.
Right?
You know,
For
it's
fact.
just a soup sandwich. You know, it has been. I mean, dude, once I actually started, what up, hey, Jot? Once I started waking up in, I don't know, about junior high is when my head started to fall out of my ass, right? And I started looking around at all this shit. By the time I was a junior, man, I was done playing the school game, right? And I flipped 18 while I was still in school, right? And the day I did, everything changed, right? Yeah. Report cards they'd hand to me, I just sign them and hand them back. You know? Right?
Pimp shit, right?
You know, it's like I'm done, right? I'm an adult now, right? One of you guys touch me now, we're gonna throw hands, right? Nobody gets to touch me anymore.
All of a sudden, what the hell? What the fuck?
Oh, Bow. The thing about Bow.
No, I said, why they go violent all of a sudden? You're like, listen, I'm grown and I beat your ass. What the fuck? Where'd that go from?
It wasn't even really. It was just I was tired, right? I had dealt with a coach. I dealt with this ag teacher that was a POS, right? And the coach made me. I made it to where I couldn't actually finish high school, right? Unless I went to college classes, right? Okay. So when I turned 18, all the bullshit was stopping, right? Oh, you're a minor, I can't do anything. Oh, you know, all of these little, you know, innuendos that, you know, wanted to get froggy.
You still want to beat their ass, I can tell.
Bro, the sad thing about it is one of them's no longer with us, and you know, God rest his soul, and you know, sorry for your loss to the family, right? Because everybody in his family loved him, right? And I saw that, and that was one of the things that, you know, go home to your family and don't mess with me.
Who was the cop who died on Eric now? I was out there with Abby one time, and I don't know if it was Guzman or one of the pieces of shit they call him so-and-so. And they were happy that motherfucker died.
Oh, I mean...
One of them cops.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know which one it was.
I don't remember. But, you know,
there was no love lost on that situation. You know, he was a fucking bad person, man. I mean, just... psychopathic bad person, and they gave him a badge, man. I can't understand some of that stuff, bro. But you know, if you're out recording, don't just be using the YouTube app, homie.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of progress you make, guys, man? What you got?
I'm not even talking about my product yet, homie.
Oh, okay.
I'm PSAing.
Okay.
Right. This is a PSA. Don't use the YouTube fucking app because they can turn it off and delete it.
What?
Right.
I didn't know YouTube had an app. You mean just YouTube live stream? Okay, they can turn it off and delete it. Of course they can turn it off. Who would delete it? YouTube?
Nah, them fucking cows. I mean, they trying to get deeper and deeper.
Okay,
right?
They can cut your phone off and delete it. That's what you're saying. Grab from your phone. I thought you were talking about...
snatch the phone, hit
I
stop.
thought you were talking about something else. Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna go
thought
through
you were talking about
the
Google
steps.
will
No,
delete
no,
your
no.
shit. Right.
No, Google will be the guys that'll actually, when you send them an email and go, hey, you're not really gonna believe this, but if you go look in the trash can, right, there's a
Yeah.
video that's been deleted that I need you to restore.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Right?
But you made something like Bow had, where
Yeah.
that guy could not cut that camera off.
Exactly.
I don't know
Because
if
you
I've
could
seen that before.
So I think that Streamlabs. I think he's using Streamlabs. Right.
That's legit.
And I think, and I know IRL Pro can do it. Right.
Yeah.
So my thing is, don't risk it. Yeah, completely
I got
personal
a-
attack, Ashley.
I got a 360 camera in my car,
Mm-hmm.
and I got it to the plug and the armrest. And
Nice.
Since I haven't hooked it up right, I unplug it because it'll drain the battery. Because I haven't read it, I got all geeked and just plugged it. I ain't read the book, so it'll drain
Right.
the battery.
Right. Just turn it on, let it record.
Yes, and I don't even plug it in half the time. I took the time of getting it, mounting it, and everything, and half the time I catch myself riding around without cutting the damn thing off.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
that's no excuse for that. You guys chew me out. When that happened, you'd be like, "Joe, was your camera activated?" I'm no. You make sure you chew my ass,
Bro. You know I'm gonna be like, damn dog, I could have helped you.
I
could have helped you.
Right? Really?
Could have helped you, man. But with what
I'm
you're giving me,
embarrassed
dog,
for you.
there's no help coming in, no help going out. Ain't a fucking thing I can do about it, dog. If they deleted it, I can help you, right? I can even help you in that deletion situation,
Yeah.
right? But if it's not on, bro, I can't help with the OFF sequence, bro. What's the matter? What's up?
This reminds me of what it's Damon Dash. He had a show out where he was gonna make somebody his CEO. They had to come up with ideas and blah blah, and he was gonna pick a winner. And one of the last two people who made it was this one guy. His idea was cameras in the back of the car, all over the place, and they were discreet. They weren't like big and bulky like you see now. And it made it all the way to the end. He picked someone else's idea. I think if they'd have come up with that shit, that was probably 20 years ago, man. I could go to my fucking the guy who installs radios.
So check this out, bro. I had dash cameras when it wasn't cool to have dash cameras, right?
Yeah.
And my dash camera transmitted.
Maybe it's sending this data out as it's recording.
Well, no, it didn't send it out. It would send like notifications of motion, right?
Yeah, that's what this one
you
does,
could connect in and watch it.
Hooked it up.
Yeah, it was a full-on computer that I
I
had
bet
a
you
cell
this
phone
one
card.
do that shit. I gotta read it now. I feel bad.
It might. I don't know.
I think it's got an app, and that's probably what I'm supposed to be doing. I gotta read that bitch. I was just so geek.
Yeah, nobody knows who Joe Cool is.
Yeah,
that
guy.
That motherfucking blow me. Right? Oh my god, dog. Yeah, so you seen Otto been out playing, huh?
I saw that, right? I love it. I remember, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago now, when he was talking about because he was just like he was so not interested in doing that shit when he first started talking about it. Joe, I'm thinking I'm gonna hold some signs again. To see that come to fruition and see him out there, I'm so happy, bro.
Yeah, like not only that, but going right back to where it all started.
Yeah, that's big
and held
shit,
that fucking sign.
That's
Fuck
huge. Yeah, I know how much heart that takes, man. It is terrifying to walk right back into the face of the beast. That's what most people who do this, they do it one time. Most of them don't even put the camera on the cop's face. They be like, "This shit's too scary."
Dude,
I'm telling you, I've done it a few times, and it made my knees knock. I'm not lying. A few times, I'll still do it. I'll still do it, but like, yeah,
right. right? That's why I want to make little toys for everybody that, here you go.
Yes.
That
Yes.
skunk
You
like
know.
stuff. Oh, you
Skunk
guys.
work stuff.
Oh man,
yeah.
so this stuff here, Joe, this stuff we're working on, and I mean it's mostly gonna be for us to use once we get going.
Yeah.
But like we'd like to pass a couple of them out to some cool people, and man, it's gonna be legit.
What are you talking about?
I can't really talk about it, Joe. I can't really talk about it, but like, man, it's gonna be so legit. Hey, maybe if we're there next year, next Audit Palooza, maybe I'll bring one over there and we'll show you guys some real shit.
Okay.
Yeah, because something about a software-defined radio, can't talk about it.
Right.
Something about a Bluetooth, can't talk about it. Something about a Wi-Fi, just can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Something about a Raspberry Pi, just can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Something about, I don't know, what the hell's in this thing? It's Ryzen 9, just can't talk about it. Right. Linux, I mean,
can't talk about.
I'm still not talking about it, right? Because I mean,
you're right.
This is all stuff you
no understanding of
this. Even the computer guys are going, okay, so you described a normal computer, what?
Oh, I thought Ryzen was poison. See, what I'll tell you what I
no,
know.
not Ryzen. Right, RYZEN.
Smoking people's face, killing people.
No. Ryzen, RYZEN. It's a fucking processor. Okay. It's a computer chip.
Are you on panel? Of course I'm on panel.
Yeah.
That's how they texted me. I'm glad that they text before they call. Are you on panel?
Oh, I thought somebody was saying that in the chat. I'm like, be like, is Joe on a panel? Is Joe awake?
Yeah, I can't really talk about it.
Just can't really talk about it.
Yeah, EJ's not here to mute Chris right now, but we can't really talk about it.
Yeah, so it basically, for anybody that wants to look into it, it's just open source.
Yeah,
it's just like grabbing a bunch of open source stuff. You know how like when you make cookies, right? You go grab your flour, you go grab your butter, your eggs, your chocolate chips, and if you like nuts in your cookies, you get them, right? And you brown sugar and mix all that shit up, right? And then you put them on there and you bake them. That's what we're going to do with some open source software shit.
Okay.
Right. Because one of the things that I'm really happy to say is that I solved a pretty frustrating little issue that I've been having with my network connections, right?
Hold on. Let me come back. I'm sorry. I got to hold on.
Yeah, no worries. Right. So it's been fun things like that we got. No, it's not poison. It's a fucking.
It's a processor.
Raisin. It's a processor. Look up AMD. Right? I mean, fuck. Just for clarity's sake, right?
Right. So, man, this shit here is so legit. I wish we could tell you guys more about it. We can tell you guys, though, we're still working on updating all of the dashboards and reports and the new point system. You guys get to see the star ratings and the star rankings and like the tier system. It's pretty legit.
This. Right? Processor. Sorry. Stop shooting. What's up, EJ74? How are you, sir? This is a good rip, man, the other day that, went over there and checked it out. It was fucking cool as hell. But we wanted to give a little open time on this week to let you guys come out, hang out with us if you want. Do your thing. But we also wanted to bring a few PSAs.
Right. You really do need to watch out. Some of these police are just off the chain. So just make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings, guys. Keep your head on a swivel. If you're out there engaging with the police, make sure that you're kind of trying, at least for your own safety, to make a common sense assessment of what type of officer you're dealing with, because there are definitely some differences, you know?
I've seen a couple nice ones. Oh, I guess I ought to throw in Okeechobee, right? Did you see Warren Sapp got thrown the fuck out? Oh, right. All you guys have been not living under a rock, but yeah, Warren Sapp and like 9 other guys got kicked out of Okeechobee's meeting because the old boy that wields the hammer got his butt hurt. Right? It's actually a Chinese company called Mini Forum, right? I got them before the tariffs went into effect, so they might be fucking $10,000 by the time I try to get them again. Can I kick them in the balls? I don't know. I don't know that actually, solves anything. Might make you feel better. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only people that he didn't throw out was the cops. Right? So, yeah. What else? Yeah.
What we got, yo? I don't know, man. My biggest thing is public service announcement. Here's a big one. You guys want to hear something messed up? You won't be disqualified from a jury, right? If you, for instance, there are a whole lots of reasons you won't be disqualified. But if you admit to knowing what jury nullification is, right, then you'll get disqualified. And like, if the Supreme Court has actually ruled that it's okay and it's not a violation of the defendant's constitutional rights if during the trial the jury some members of the jury were drinking and smoking weed and even doing cocaine, right? Falling out during the trial, taking naps, and that's fine, right? But if one of those jurors knows about jury nullification, that's cause for a mistrial.
It's cause for a mistrial?
You heard me right.
Because they knew about jury nullification. What up, Joko?
Yep. So it's a public service announcement to everybody out there. Learn a little bit about jury nullification. It's pretty important. It's one of the ways in which people can fight back against unconstitutional laws and unconstitutional court decisions. But on the flip side, hell yeah. On the flip side, you've also got to make sure that, like, if you're a criminal defendant, in order for jury nullification to work, you actually have to go to a jury trial. Oh, did you hear about that one? That's also big news, right?
Which one?
There was a defendant in Indiana who was released on a murder case. Now, the murder case was old, right? And the prosecution just kept pushing the case off. And he was released on a murder charge because the court schedule and the prosecution schedule and everything was too bad, too far behind.
So they let a murderer walk? A
because
potential
they don't.
murderer, not.
Yes.
I don't know anything about the story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to just like assume that this motherfucker just
And-
decided to kill somebody, right?
Nah, he shot somebody in an attempted robbery, I think, and they took him and another woman into custody like 16 years or so after the murder. Like, it was a cold case, and the family kept hounding them.
Uh huh.
And then
Then fucked it up and.
yeah. And there's some local shit that happened here. Now they were being so slow and stuff, like it was dismissed. Now there's dismissed with prejudice, or without prejudice, so they can bring it back up if they want to. But that actually happened. And there's also some serious local news here. So I live on a major river, right? I live on the Mississippi, and we had a body wash up in town, and that would be major news on its own, right?
Right.
But this body was actually washed into the Mississippi, quite a ways up on the Illinois side. The man was washed into the river, or fell into the river, running from police. And his family has been begging them to find this guy, and he showed up here, washed up.
Well,
Police
I'm
chased
glad
this
for the
man into
family that they
Mississippi.
found him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got the fuck away, but I'm sorry he had to lose his life to do it.
I don't know if it's AI either. I don't know if they're just using AI to generate pictures, but my local police department either has pictures or is making actual like action figures of the officers. So I've been screenshotting them all so I can put together a collection to put on their record for the police record.
That's the AI.
Is it? You don't think it's real?
It's a trend. No, it's a trend.
Okay.
It's
Well,
a
I'm
trend.
I'm capturing them all. Fucking fucks.
Get them.
Yeah.
You know. Fuck around. I'll teach you how to 3D print that bitch.
So if you guys see any out there, if you guys see any of your local officers doing that trend, screenshot them and upload that shit to the police record. See if you can get a real picture of them too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I think that should be a trend.
Yeah. So, you know, it's fun. It's fun. You know, to have people with guns go do crowd control when protests are at their max. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the last protest in Denver. All right, go watch some of the last protest over Floyd where, you know, they were slinging, you know, paintballs or something, and somebody slung lead back into the van, and then they got all pissed off about it. Right? You know, riding through like gangsters in protest, you know, doing harm.
Right. So I've also been working on something kind of under the hood at the police record, to redefine how we can interact with users through the platform.
Right.
So like just kind of something like low level under the hood that'll let us, you know, pass data back and forth essentially through the platform. It'd be pretty legit.
I think that'd be actually really legit.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they get to see the dashboard I'm working on for them.
For the streamers out there, 1 input, 5 outputs, $9.99. I think it'd be completely legit for them to see shit like that.
Right.
You know, I mean, the shit that I'm getting to see, right, man, I'm telling you, it's just like, you know, the man keeps telling me it's not there yet. It's not there yet. And and I mean, it's a lot further than anything that I've ever seen from anybody out there on the market, right? You know, with interactions. What's up, Jethro? You know, things like that. So I think you know, I can't wait until you guys actually get to see it too.
Okay.
I mean, it's good shit.
Right. Let me. I figured out where I screwed that up. So I gotta go. Oh.
Eden, North
How
Carolina,
did I-
huh? 2 human heads were found in the YMCA. Damn.
How did I get?
Yeah, I don't have that emote over here, but it's it'll work on BIOS.
What the?
At one point I had that emote on D Life, the weed pecker. Yeah, so like I said, if you are using the YouTube app to try to stream with, you should stop that. Right? Go get anything else. I don't think Prism records while your phone's locked.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey,
What
EJ,
up,
how you
EJ?
doing?
How you doing? Nice
How's your
of you.
trip?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good. Nothing crazy.
nothing crazy. They gotta love that stuff, bro. Gotta love that.
Right.
Sounds like almost a rubber stamp situation. Okay, a rubber enter key situation. enter.
All right.
Yeah. So I got all the internet issues solved, DJ.
Oh, yeah?
Like ripcord solved.
Oh, good.
Like ripcord,
Yeah.
right? So
Nice.
gives us the can't talk about it foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You missed
Right.
it, EJ. Your friend was up here though.
I saw that.
Okay.
You mean Joe Cool?
Yeah. That's your guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Joe Cool's cool as fuck. I mean, if you've not
Right.
met that man in person, right?
It was probably one of my favorite experiences.
Mhm.
Goddamn, you know, I must feel tall to you. That motherfucker makes me feel short.
Right.
Makes me feel short for sure.
Right? I mean, you know, but, you know, just, it's an intellectually stimulating conversation to have with the man, right? Because, you know, you would think that blow me and all that shit, you know, Chicago, all of these things, and you talk to him, and you get to talk to him when he's not recording, right? I mean, it's
When you talk to him and you hear smart come out after you've heard some of the other stuff that comes out, it is quite impressive. But I've watched enough of his videos to hear the smart before, so I'm not really
dude. Some
like,
of his
super
like
impressed.
tongue slicing is like next
Yeah.
level, right? I
And
mean,
another 500.
stupid health check. Diogenes is saying, "What's up to you?" No name.
Hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I'm not really watching this chat so much. I'm watching these errors stream through. Larada, man, I appreciate you stopping in.
Rose reading the Matrix.
Huh?
I said,
You're like not leaving the mute long enough, but I understand. Hell yeah, bro.
Man,
So like I was saying, y'all, it's we wanted to come up, give you guys the hour that we promised you, right? Let you guys know what's going on. Right? We don't have anything to show this go around. Not that blows your mind show, right? What's up, Toe? What up, Toe? You want to come
Lose
up?
our tunes. You guys all.
No.
Chris may have froze.
See,
So we
yeah,
have
it
some
does
stuff we
that.
really could show you guys.
It does
But
that, man.
it's really kind of behind the scenes. It's not really ready for
It's
everybody
not.
to see yet. No,
We
we're
would
working
definitely get
diligently,
muted, both
and
of us.
when you guys see it, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Also, the really cool stuff that we can't really talk a whole lot about right now. It's what we call skunk works.
Mm-hmm.
And it just means like, you know,
Actual
kind of
hardware,
our off the
basically.
books projects, kind of like our independent development. It's hell legit. We're working on some really advanced, and if I'm saying this stuff is really advanced, like, you guys know what I'm building here, right? So if I say this stuff is really advanced, know that it is like next level advanced, people. So this stuff we're working on now, it's kind of going to be like for like our company to really use, and you know, get it for us. But like, we're gonna work on after that, making sure that maybe everybody can get a little bit of it and kind of see what's going on. So I'm gonna try to get some more music going.
You got to refresh and come back in, because I've been changing the music.
I don't know if anybody can. You guys hear me out there?
I can hear you.
Toe, can you hear
You
me?
can't hear me,
Mass,
huh?
it's good to see you guys. I appreciate y'all stopping in. So if you guys don't know what we're doing here, this is the police record, and we're building a facial recognition database, but it's more than that. It's a database period that is tying records of police activity. No, I can't hear. Can you
Really,
hear
it
me,
does.
EJ?
Okay. No, I don't hear you.
Testing 1 2 1
Can
2.
anybody?
No, I hear you, Chris. It's just no name. We'll just remove them. There we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Okay, so we can have a conversation, yeah?
Yeah. We'll wait for him to come
Sweet,
back.
sweet. What up, make stupid people famous? How are you, sir? Good to see you, man.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
We do definitely appreciate it. Let's see if I can do this live on the screen. Ah, there we go.
Did it.
All right, and No Name has rejoined. He is doing the backstage change for Restream. Yeah. So I'll make sure he sees that. I also want to take a minute to send a special shout out for John. Special thanks to Mass Accountability for being his eyes and ears after the arrest. Yes, indeed. There's the man with.
So guys, I don't know if I was telling you
Can you
guys
hear
so
us?
much. I can. Can you
Yeah.
guys hear me again?
And just, we're not hearing us.
I was hearing
Yeah.
you, and
Oh,
I'm
so you
pretty
were
sure
Yeah,
the
but you weren't
stream
hearing
was
us.
hearing you, but you weren't hearing us.
No, I don't. I refreshed my stuff. It seems like I'm good now. I hope you guys heard me, the stream. If you didn't, I just got to tell you again. This stuff we're working on that we can't really tell you about, this skunk lab stuff. It is really advanced, and when I say it's really advanced, you know it's like super advanced, because we're working on some pretty advanced stuff just on the base level. You guys know what we're building here. So once we've got it done, and we've done everything, you know, around our area with it, and we start letting you guys play with it, like some of you guys, God, it's gonna be so crazy. Chris, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was gone again.
Letting everybody absorb it in.
I thought
letting
somebody thought it
everybody
was
absorb
cutting
it
me.
in.
I thought for some reason they were really. Yeah, the database came back, bro. It's legit.
So this Works project, does it do similar things to what we're doing now, or we can't talk about that? Like, does it like connect data?
It just adds to the collection, is what I would say.
It does. It does pull in
Uh,
to the
it
to the
just
data pool.
right. Yeah. I mean, it's just it. I mean,
On a
there's
whole
so much
other
that you
level,
can't see, right? There's so much that you can't
right? We
see
only have
that's in
5
the
senses,
airwave, right? If I was going to make a digital and run it through the air, maybe. I don't
right?
know. I mean,
Yeah, and that's
you
got a
know,
lot of holes in
you
it. That's kind of
Be
hard.
awesome when someone
yeah, yeah.
programs it into a robot, like for instance, when like a robot on top of a wheelchair or something,
That might be crazy as fuck,
That is
right?
right? I mean,
It is.
I can show you the GitHub accounts and the GitHub for the shit we need to run the wheelchair with. We run it with a fucking Microsoft joystick, or you can run it with a Xbox. Anyway, yeah, because you were like saying that the music quit, and that's a telltale sign that shit broke.
Right? Like that something's messed up on my end.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it again now.
Okay, you did say something about
Yeah.
that. I just I didn't want to do that fucking much.
Okay.
God dang. What up, Jenny? How are you, ma'am? Appreciate you coming in. Not at this moment, Brent. Not at this moment. You know, we might be open to talking about how to build your own for your own country and stuff, and you know, it's not a cheap system to build, right? And there's a lot of effort that's been put into it that needs to, you know, be, it'll cost a lot of for us, a different country, right?
A
As
lot.
Americans, as we're trying to clean up our own backyard first. Yeah, so you got EJ, No Name, and Friends and Code all up here, right? We are the three founders of the police record. You know, we all found each other on the internets, and the trials and tribulations of life had led us to meet up and try to solve a huge problem, you know, and try to program something that has some actual logic, not lunacy, built into it, right? To help give a guideline. You know, this is how data is supposed to be collected. This is how it's supposed to be shown. This is how it's supposed to be, you know, this is how it's supposed to be informative. And grab everything in between, right? This is how you tell if a social media post is or is, right? I think I'm having troubles.
What are you having troubles with? Can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it says it.
Yep.
Here it goes.
It'll happen.
Yep.
It's a transition period. Hell yeah, it's legit, man. I haven't.
I heard of that FIAP thing from the local podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You do a bunch of like experiments and stuff. Like you could put yourself in an elevator, you can see the acceleration, what happens, and a few other things. What's funny is you can't really measure velocity due to it being a constant, and there's nothing changing. You can measure with GPS, but you can't measure it with an accelerometer. You can like estimate what it could be, only if you knew what it could be prior, and weird issues with the sensor can cause it to be off over time. Random.
Damn it! I messed something up. There we go.
Your phone can actually pick up sounds that your computer makes. It can pull encryption keys off your computer. If you didn't
Right.
know. You gotta be,
I've heard that.
Yeah, there's air gap networks where you can pull data off if you can get a microphone close enough to the area, and you can distinguish the sound signature. Sometimes it's kind of hard to servers cancel it out and destroy it, but
Let me see if this one works, EJ. So guys, I've been sitting here breaking code and kind of bringing it back up and breaking it again. It's a boatload of fun, let me tell you. But the results that I'm getting for some of this new stuff I'm building are simply amazing, and I can't wait until I can push this update out to production and you guys all get to see what we've got going on now. Because this is not just for us, this is going to take the overall user experience and really just make it better. So
are there any things that you see planned for in the future that we haven't talked about? Or...
that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything right now.
I can think of a few, but I also think that it's probably better if before we talk about them on the air, we talk about them off the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
I have a little list of things actually.
Yeah,
but do you know the Skunkworks thing that me and Code were talking about?
Yeah, I know about it. I know it's all about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's legit, bro. Like, that is whole ass like fire. Oh, it unbroke that part, but it broke that again. So
boys and girls, they'll give us that time and cut it out a little bit early.
oh yeah. Yep, you guys all have a great weekend. EJ, you especially, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy it.
For sure.
Right.
Alright, you guys. Well, we gotta let Chris come back in, say his goodbyes, because he just made it up. It looks like he's doing his behind the scenes change. We'll let him close us out.
Do what?
Hey, we're getting ready to close everything out, so we just thought we'd let you go ahead and say goodbyes to everybody.
Well, y'all know how we're gonna roll out. Y'all said bye already?
Yeah. See ya.
All right. Watch your ears, because you know how we're rolling out.
I'm
Appreciate
going
y'all being here.
Oink oink. Oink 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink 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 oink. Best piggy in the town. Oink 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 oink. Piggy piggy. Oink 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 oink. I'm a pig. Oink 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink 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 oink. Best piggy in the town. Oink 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 oink. Piggy piggy. Oink oink oink. chat? Piggies in the chat? I'm the best piggy. Piggy in the chat. Can I get some oink oink oink? Oink oink mother truckers. Oink 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 oink. Oink 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink 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 oink. Best piggy in the town. Oink 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 oink. Piggy piggy. Oink 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 oink. I'm a pig. Oink 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink 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 oink. Best piggy in the town.